Oreb Télévision, la première chaîne Congo en international. Notre mission, vendre la province du Congo central à travers le monde avec des programmes à vous couper les souffles. La promotion de la culture Congo dans Sagesse Congo, clip traditionnel Congo, Congo Dieto et apprendre les Congo. Tous les jours pour vous informer, suivez les informations à grande échelle. Paroles chantées pour vos moments de louange et adoration. H matin, la tranche matinale d'animation libre. Les femmes, voici une émission qui vous ressemble, H Femmes. Les enfants ne sont pas oubliés. Un espace leur est réservé à travers Paradis d'enfants. Découvrez les coins et recoins du Congo central à travers Zoom avant, grand reportage. La gestion de la Res Publica, les grands chantiers de la province du Congo central, on vous apporte l'éclairage grâce à pouvoir convaincre, contre-courant et Yuvula Bankamba. La musique et autres tendances. Oreb Télévision, la vitrine du Congo central.
My dearest brothers and sisters, BNS, spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting material. English is helping a great number of persons knowing about, more things in English. English is the one place that you can find persons debated, exchanging things related, English. What we have to do, just one answer, is just to stay in touch. Each Tuesday it's 5:30 p.m. and on Friday it's 8:00 a.m. Just it's H television with DM Yala.
Yes, thanks those guys, people spread out of Matadiam, even here in the national. We're so happy to spend this great time and great moment together. We have a place. You have got this great time and suitable time moment for watching us. So first, I'm going to greet a lot of persons spread, as I was saying here, out of Matadi, abroad. We are English. English is your English podcasting word you used to see, and watching different people speaking about different subjects based on English. But today I'm very happy to be with my guest. It is an English teacher from Oreb School. It is one of us. With him, we want just to talk about this daily subject based on is Sama Lukonde government's suitable. So it's what we want to talk about this daily subject today. As far as we have got a new government, Sama Lukonde too. But we want to talk about this subject with my guest, Mr. Raiden Lutete. So, bro, I'm very happy to be with you, today.
Oh, I'm very happy too. My name is Mr. Raiden Lutete, as you have said just right now. It's a good topic, as a son of this country, as an inhabitant of this country. It is very important. As an inhabitant of this country, it's very important to talk about this subject because we have to show people what is exactly. Yesterday we were babies and today we are growing now, and we know the importance of being an inhabitant and to defend also our territory.
Yes, I'm very happy, to hear first, your comments based on this daily subject. I'm with Mr. Raiden. Is an English teacher from Oreb School, a bilingual school, a grades in Matadi, Congo Central, with we can find different teachers. We are there just for trying to help a lot of persons. Right then, it's your first moment for joining us today. How you feel first?
Of course, it's the first time for Rep School or Rep Channel, but it's not the first time to be together. We have been somewhere. and
Yeah,
today is
joining,
our-
I'm talking about English, you know. what I'm
Of
saying?
course,
Yes.
this is my first time to take part of this channel, and I'm very happy to be invited. We always encourage all these opportunities and those who are making the great things in order to help us to be in the open air and
Yes.
to say what we are thinking.
Yeah,
inside.
today I'm happy we are talking about this daily subject based on is Sama Lukonde government's suitable. You know, it is. How you
Yeah,
feel first to talk about this subject? You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Yeah.
as a philosophers, we
Yes.
are trying to become, most of time it's better to say at the beginning things are, oh, it's suitable or not. What I prefer is the results. Which result is
Come
it
on,
going
man.
to?
We are not no first introduction parts. So, how you feel this thing subjects first? You know?
So when we see
Don't we
people-
talk? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When we see other people who are inside, some changes can make us believe that we can find a change. Um, the materially, we can really find a change. We can, it's a possibility. I don't
Yes.
say that it is an obligation or a necessity.
Mhm.
You know,
We are glad to talk about this subject today. You know what I'm saying?
of course, we are obliged because when things are happening in a country, there are people who don't know anything. As we are becoming more and more intellectual and we start knowing our duties, and it's better just to talk about all situations and to show people what is happening and our view about this kind of situations.
But when you heard about these publishments, the 24 March, in this year, the Prime Minister, Sama Lukonde, has published this new list of members. You feel
There is not
happy?
there is not a total change. There are some
How do
key
you feel
points
first?
where
How do you
they
feel? No, sir.
changed. They are feeling happy. Since a long time, we are waiting for being
How
happy.
do you feel first? What's your problem first? You know what I'm saying?
So they are people, and no one is perfect, but we have to encourage them to do something better. And let's wait and see what will happen soon.
But first, how do you feel about these publishments?
In that publishment, I see some people who deserve.
About your case, you know what I'm saying? First, about your case.
Of
Can I have
course.
an idea?
Yeah, you can say, as
Yeah.
you say.
Happy?
I'm happy for seeing some new
We
names
can
inside.
find today Bemba, Jean-Pierre Bemba.
course.
We got Vital Kamere in
Yes.
that list.
Yeah.
Also, there are new actors in this new government, even Kabulo, François Kabulo. There are different names, other names.
Yeah.
You were feeling happy.
So
Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
very happy in the last name because those others are not new in this institutions, so they have already worked about this
Then you are talking
institution.
about Kabulo.
But Kabulo is the first one who came in the institution. So let's say that I'm very happy because the guy has worked too much in that institution, and today he deserved this kind of opportunity, and I'm very happy to see those kind of people. It's make us feel that
Yes.
one day we can also realize the dream that we've got.
Uh-huh.
So others have already worked.
Others.
We didn't see the results, but let's wait and see. Maybe they can change. God,
Mhm.
God is the supreme being, can change someone directly.
Yes.
You know.
But let's, as far as today, the subjects, I'm reminding those guys, maybe you are out of Matadi, you are just from international. Now, Orem channel is an international channel. You can just watch us in the rates. So I'm very happy to stand this, reminding guys, we are dealing with this daily subject based on, is Sama Lukonde, new governments, suitable. So I'm talking with, we are trying to commence with my guest, Mr. Raiden. Utete, it is an English teacher from Oreb School. Guy, so today we got Sama Lukonde governments too. What does it mean?
Of course. Sama Lukonde government too is the second. Shows that the first one has tried to work, but it didn't work anymore.
Okay.
And they decided that is an execution. So what we didn't function as well as we wished before. So today we have to change other things, and we can see some head which have changed inside. Maybe something can come, and as we are around the elections, we don't know. Politics in DRC is sometimes misunderstood, sometimes half understood. So those are situations which happen. So we don't know what is happening exactly because we are not in the port. But what we see is
but
what
we can
implement.
also just give a general view about what we can see today.
Of course. So the results, I am accustomed to judge negatively and positively. So negatively, we see, last time they told us, for example, if I can see in the economy, they told us that guy is a devil, and today directly he become a priest.
Then
So,
you are talking about Vital Kamere.
of course.
Yes.
Today he became a priest. We don't know how he became a priest. So themselves should teach us, because people are not stupid. People are not stupid. When we observe, it doesn't mean that we are soundless.
That is not about the value that guy has got.
Yeah,
It's
before,
kind of-
I can say just because it was a pandemic situation, we were all at home, it was impossible to, maybe it was just a film.
Yes.
They should cast in order to show us to be concentrate. Maybe
But
it was just a film,
yeah,
because
you
what
are
we see.
You don't agree about just these nominations of this guy?
The problem is they brought us education, and they built house, which are schools. We have to go and to learn something.
Okay.
And what we learn there, we can judge things. And by our judgments, he is a Congolese. So we have to appreciate that nomination, because he is happy. One day I can also be happy like him.
Yeah, I think that, I like too much your way of just being agree with me, you know what I'm saying? That you are not totally against about what we are talking today. But here's the Congolese. We are you and I. So
Of course.
how people, we can talk about the general view of people, about these publications of these.
I don't know if it is true.
But they
I
react
heard
about-
that there was a march in Kinshasa, and normally we should continue to march. They have to tell us how the man has become directly a holy one, from devil to holy. So,
You are based on just Vital Kamere.
Of course,
You are
of
there
course.
just.
Of course.
You are not talking about Bemba situation now.
Bemba has been punished. He's been punished for what he did. We don't know if it's true or false, but we know that he has been punished. He has been judged, he has been imprisoned, he was in jail. So today maybe he understood some lessons, and after being at home, now today we can, he's our son.
You know, right? It's not just because those guys are so important today, they are so smart. In that case, we can't, wake today the President Felix can't, cannot or do better without coming back with those,
Yeah,
guys.
I say, when you say coming back, even in your family, you can't work with everybody. You are going to look for those who are strong. And when they tried to misunderstand you, you have to discard them. We have to get rid of bad people, because bad people don't want us to go further.
In that case, coming back with Bemba and Vital, that means it is a great, decision of the president.
In the case of Bemba, politics in Africa is differently understood. As I told you, the way of functioning is very difficult to understand. We don't know if it was just a political matter, and for Vital Kamere, it was inside here.
You know that guy is able. Both are able.
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
in DRC, the way of understanding the word intellectual, what people often say in philosophy, getting the sense of pejorative, when you are intellectual and you see the things people are doing, don't I can say we can't agree on these kind of things. In this or in a human or physically, we can see an intellectual, but what he is doing is showing like he's stupid.
But that was as you're saying that devil today gods maybe they're forgotten about that, but they are considering what the guy has got as value. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
guy is so important. That why we can't do anything without him.
yeah, it does not mean that in DRC only he is important.
That means you are not agree about that.
Yeah, I'm not agree. So many people are important. It's not for nothing they build schools and they send learners to school. Universities are there. Each year we have thousands or millions students who are qualified.
We
in this
got
domain.
experiences
Of
in other
course, and
aspects.
they have been taught by themselves. It means that what they teach us are just lies. Can you understand me?
That guy has got experiences, the people they can talk
Of
about.
course. And he has got experiences. And what we have to understand is they are teachers. If he has got experience, it means that he can also transcend that experience to others and take those others. They can work.
That means you are not until now happy about this decision. You know what I'm saying?
You know, being happy, it means that when he was arrested, you know the project. And the money has gone out since they set him free. Because we tried to set him free, but he is not totally free. It means that the justice is still behind him.
We can't, you know, I like your way of just, you know, giving arguments or commenting things. But we have to wait first and give chance to that guy, work first and
No,
see.
we gave him chance for a lot of time, you know, since 2006.
But I can feel it. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
can feel it.
Yeah, since 2006, and we know the guy what he's doing in our country. If we are in this kind of situations, he's among the reasons.
But up to now, you are clapping just Francois Kabulo. It's
Francois?
just this name that you are quoting.
Yeah,
now.
yes.
Even about case of Bemba, you are not quoting.
I'm not
you know what I'm
really
saying?
involved.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not really involved in political.
Yes, you are not just quoting about that. So it's very nice today to talk about this.
Yeah.
As far as I was,
Yeah, I'm not
guys.
really involved in those matters. But you know, situations like this are sometimes smoothie when we're talking about those politics in DRC. It's something is very difficult to understand. You know, my bro.
Yes.
You know, my bro. So politics sometimes I don't know what we are teaching to our kids, children, and so on because
We have called that politics. So it's the way of just managing, just ruling people. But so let's stay on shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stay on shape. Today we got the new governments. You know, the new government of this Sama Lukonde. Two, we call that. You agree first about these parts. So we have talked about the viewpoints of populations in global.
of course.
You have said they were happy to hurt about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, when we're talking about the population, you know,
Yeah.
we often
You
say
a
that
man.
charity begins at home.
You a man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, charity begins at home. It means I'm the first among those you are quoting.
Yes.
I can agree because it is a change. But what will that change bring exactly? When we see that one was followed or was behind, the justice was behind him, and they say that he's got a provisory freedom.
Yes.
Since then, what we know is a provisory freedom. But today,
Yes.
directly he came back, and in economy, you know when you're talking about economy, what does it mean? Of the country, not an economy
I
of a
think
firm,
that
but of a
you
country.
got a lot of things, so we can just develop. So I want to let you first time briefing a bit. No, we're gonna come back. I want to see my guest. So sorry, my engineer, Jonathan. We want just to take these parts, names. Lesson one we used to present here. That can be a short part of lesson in order to help all learners mastering words we can teach here. In these parts, we want just to see how you can use connected words. Let's watch these parts, then after we can come back with my guest, Raiden Utete, an English teacher. Jonathan.
Well, hey there, I'm Emma from English. I've got a very interesting English lesson for you today. I'm going to teach you 7 extremely common English linking words, plus their professional equivalents. So linking words are words that link ideas together as you speak and you write. So it's a really useful skill to have. They are useful words to know. But in this lesson, we're going to practice the casual, everyday, conversational linking words alongside the more formal alternatives that will make you sound more professional when you're linking ideas together in English. You probably know already that spoken English is generally more casual, whereas written English is more formal. And it's important to understand the formal and the informal uses of language. When you use formal language while you're speaking in just a regular, everyday conversation, there is a danger that you'll sound a bit stiff and a bit serious. And if you use the casual, informal versions in a professional context, well, that's okay, but you just might not sound as convincing or as professional as you want to. All of the words in this lesson are extremely useful to help you communicate clearly and effectively in any situation. So I recommend you watch it all the way through to the end. I just want to take a few seconds here to give a little shout out to the members of Hey Lady who are watching today. Hey ladies, it's great to see you here. If you haven't heard yet, Hey Lady is our online community helping women to succeed in English. We make it easy and safe to meet new speaking partners and give you interesting topics to talk about together. We have an amazing team of expert English coaches who will encourage and support you at every step. It's the perfect place to practice because you can make mistakes without feeling judged and make real progress, even if you don't have a lot of time to spare. As long as your English level is intermediate or above, then your English is good enough to join the community. And if you sign up today, you can experience everything we offer free for 10 days. I've put the link down in the description below. Make sure you check it out, and I hope to see you inside. Today, you get to meet Casual Emma and Professional Emma. Casual Emma is going to tell you about her recent trip to Portugal. And Professional Emma is going to talk to you about tourism trends in Portugal. Now, I want you to sit back and watch and enjoy the story, but all the while, see if you can identify some of the linking words that get used. Words in my sentences that link two ideas or two thoughts together. I just got back from my trip to Portugal and I'm exhausted. It was an amazing trip, but I'm really struggling with the jet lag this time. If I can afford it, I'd fly business class, or maybe break up the trip by staying a night in Dubai. That might help. We wanted really comfortable weather, so we traveled in May. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, it was perfect. I'd love to go back again soon because there's just still so much I want to see and do. I really enjoyed the food on this trip. Sweets like pastéis de nata, custard tarts, and seafood like bacalhau, salted cod. Everything in Portugal is beautiful, especially those stunning pattern tiles that you see everywhere. Did you notice some of the linking words while I was talking? I used and, or, but, so, because, like, and especially. These are some of the most common linking words in English, and I feel pretty confident that you know at least some of them, most of them, if not all of them. But if you're feeling a little unsure about the function or the meaning in English sentences, don't worry, because we're going to review how all of these words are used in English, what their function is, once we hear from Professional Emma. Professional Emma is going to give you a presentation, and it's going to feel a little more formal because of the language that she's using. In it, you're going to hear 7 more linking words that are often used in this type of context, in this formal context. All of these words are still very common in spoken English, but they are noticeably more formal than the ones we just went through. Good morning. I'm here today to talk to you about tourism in Portugal. Portugal experiences mild winters and hot summers. As a result, it's popular in summer as well as winter. The diverse landscape ensures that tourists can enjoy either a coastal holiday or a trip to the mountains. In fact, Portugal was voted the best European destination to visit by car in 2021. Since Portugal shares a border with Spain, it's logical that many tourists are Spanish. Lisbon is by far the most popular destination. Tourists enjoy activities such as visiting the Alfama neighbourhood or catching the vintage tram 28 through historic neighbourhoods. International tourism has not yet recovered to pre-pandemic levels, whereas domestic tourism is currently booming. There's just so much to see, even for the Portuguese themselves. So did you catch any of these linking words? Each one of them is the formal or more professional equivalent of the linking words that we heard before. Professional Emma.
Thanks. That was lesson 1. Based on this lesson, we were talking about teaching with based on connected words. I think that all learners, teachers, and parents have mastering. You had a time for watching this part of lesson. But today I'm very happy coming back with my guest. It is one of us. It is an English teacher from Oreb School. The name is Raiden. With him, we are trying to talk about this daily subject based on is Sama Lukonde no governments suitable? Is a subject today we got no governments. So we are trying to talk about this daily subject today with my guest. Let me come back to see my guest. And right then we have this pleasure to come back again dealing with this subject is Sama Lukonde no government suitable. So we were talking about people, about their reacts, about the subjects. First, you have said that they were happy, you know what I'm saying? But can we trust about these new governments?
Yeah, as we say, trusting on them is one of the main points. We have to trust on them because accept or not, they are going to rule us. So we will be ruled by these people, so we have to trust them. But we can't wait too much for them because what is disappointing us is the fact that we are waiting for them too much. Yeah, they are working and we are waiting for them too much. They have to do this and that, and at the end they are sinking to the bottom. But what we have to understand is our country is very sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you just open first to give people just more clarifications based on what you are speaking?
Yeah, so the clarification is just the country is sick because when you see a lot of change somewhere, you have to understand that there is something wrong. So people should understand because when we're talking about the state, it meant that we are also members of the state. If I can talk about the components of state is population, territories, government, and also the power that we've got, Yeah. So the power must be accepted by people. So today people are disappointed in all what is happening in our country. So, it is considered like a car.
The problem is what, I know word that you are bringing me about this subject. We're so happy first for this. We have to clap the President Felix for this part of work, even just the Prime Minister, Sama Lukonde for this work first. You agree with me about what I'm saying? You guess totally?
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
when people wait too much.
We have
from
to
them.
clap first.
So clapping is something is it's too hard to say that we have to clap. You know, I can clap, but it's not others.
What I've done, what
the-
I've done.
The family have clapped because they know what they are going to benefit.
But so we can't deny totally what is done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you know there are some ministers or ministries which are weak. They don't work anymore. For example, in economy, there were no one there since Akasia Bandubola is gone. No one has been there. So it's a surprise when we see Vital Kamerhe there. So we accept it.
What does bring has new things in this new government?
The new things is just for elections, I can say. So
Elections?
It's set for elections.
We are not talking today about social life. I've seen.
So for
a
them,
picture
social
of,
life becomes
you know,
elections.
We got Vital Kamerhe is coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Congolese. We're so happy to see that.
Yes.
As a strong actor returning back in power. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I appreciate, Mr. Ogad, what you are advancing. You know, we have a lot of problems in our continents. First,
Such
we
as
adapt cultures from Europe or from Western, but we are adapting them. I can say badly.
can you explain it? Because
Yeah.
we are just
For
in
example,
a
let's
nation.
talk
You can
about
make it clear.
let's
first, know what
talk
I'm
about
saying?
the
Yes.
facts of elections. If I were the head of this country, I should think first, what did elections bring in my country? Because we are spending money. We are claiming about the social conditions, but what does election bring exactly? That is the first question. Before putting our money or spending our money, we must see first what it brings.
But you know, yes. While we can watch, while we can just today listen correctly about what all guys, Vital and the like are just claiming, they are talking about social matters. They are not talking about elections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in mouth, but in the head it is elections.
How come?
Because what has been done, they promised us we are going to change the government, and the government has been changed.
The aim is
We
just
were
to
for the
change
same five-
social matter first.
Just for 5 years. Now we have free government for 5 years.
They are just fighting to change things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fighting. If the car is the same, we have to look for mechanics.
The guy has got a problem, you know.
The problem-
abroad, you can just try to call us and react. There is a number on bottom screen. Just try to late a message, and we are going to read. So we are trying to, to think about things as we are Congolese. All of us from Belgium, you are abroad, South Africa, and the like. You are watching us.
Yeah,
Even
I
the United
take a
States.
profit
No,
of
you know,
greeting
all
my-
guys Congolese from United States to États-Unis. So we greet to all of you. So it's better today to think as a Congolese.
Yeah.
You can't fight today. You can't stay abroad without thinking how we can just change things. We can't let even the president himself. So
course.
the guy, I've seen your points. You are not just totally agree about what I'm saying, but I don't have a choice. So the problem is first, they want to change things in life, the condition of Congolese situation first, but not totally for elections. It's what I've said.
Yeah, what they say, but we know exactly what they are thinking because, as I said, when the car is sick, even though you change many drivers, it will be the same.
You got today Vital Kamerhe. A power is there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is ruling level,
Yeah.
economy.
Economy.
Yes. We can hope.
I read somewhere, I don't know, maybe it's only the way of putting away those leaders because they are also leaders. When you include them in your government,
This
in
guy has
elections
got
you
a
are going
problem.
to,
Yeah.
you are not going to be among those fighters.
It's the way to make them weak.
to make them weak or to make them beside. As you know, it is our cake. Try to, and those I'm going just to fight them, and they are going to be beaten.
That can be the same with
somewhere.
If I'm not totally against about what you are saying.
course.
It should be the same with the guy Bimba, but it's not the same.
Yeah. So my brother, let me tell you the truth of all these things. you know, if we decide today not to continue elections, you will see there won't be any change.
Your problem is just merely about elections matter.
Because it's
but
their
they are
goal.
not speaking about election first.
No, when they are debating on TV, follow them. Follow them and you will understand that everybody is focused on elections. But we don't ask ourselves questions such as, what do elections bring as a change in our country?
But they are not
We
saying
made it
that.
price.
They are not saying that.
Yeah, they can't. It is a politics. It's politics, and we made elections thrice. For me, it's just sinking the country in the bottom. It's better to stop first and see and build our country. After building, now we can set elections. Now we can see what we can do with elections.
That means you can't trust in these new governments.
We trust it. We trust the first one, the second one.
Yes.
What did they
This is
bring?
the second, no? I'm saying?
No,
Second.
this is the third.
According to Sama Lukonde.
No, when I'm talking about, I
Gladly.
talk 5 years.
Yes.
We made 5 years after elections. We trusted the first one, we trusted the second, and this is the third. How can we continue trusting those who are failing?
They've said, relax. In few time, things can be changed.
Yeah.
I heard Vital Kamere, just today we have seen in social media, they've published a lot of things saying that in few times we can see changements.
Okay, can God bless them to do it? Because I remember again last year they told us we are going to get fish. And the fish will be sold
Come on.
cheaply.
You are
but we
backing,
know.
you come back about former time. What's your problem?
Yeah,
You
former time.
Congolese as me, you know what I'm saying? You have to trust about what
Yeah.
they're doing.
We say that history never come back, but it teaches us how to set the present and the future. You know, so the future is very important. How can we build the future without going back?
Is a problem. So I think that so I've got this guy, people abroad, they are happy to listen about the way that they are commenting things and giving ideas. So let us come back to see my guest. So my engineer, this man Jonathan, we want to take the second part of our show named Day Speech. Let's watch this part.
Day of my life, which one I will choose. Every day, every hour, every moment, I am deciding, and you are deciding, which you will you do this year. Do you, the one that was made new in the attitude of your mind. Put on the new self. Now we're going to do some study in the text here. In verse 24, he says that the new self was created to be like God. And then in verse 23, he says that the old self is being corrupted by its deceitful desires. Let's really look at both of those verses. This is the nexus of Christian praxis. In order to see ourselves as God sees us, is not a matter of abstract, ethereal, and philosophical debate. It's a matter of practice. So watch this. He said that the old self is being corrupted. Verse 23, please. Give me that. Is being corrupted. Everybody say corrupted. By the deceitful desires. What you think you want. What you want right now. What the world tells you you should want. What people spend millions of dollars on ad campaigns to get you to think if you had it, you would be happy. All of the images that you see of the life that you imagine that would actually make you happy, that is really empty at the bottom of it if it doesn't have God in the middle of it. Right? So he says that that self is being corrupted. Everybody say corrupted. And to put on, verse 24, the new self, which was created. Everybody say created. Oh, I like that. They both start with the same letter. I can preach this. One is being corrupted and one was created. So when you have an outburst of anger, or for when you reach for the pills because that's the only way you know how to escape your pain, or for when you manipulate situations, or for when you spend till 3:30 a.m. looking at porn and then you can't connect in real life, or for when you find yourself holding on to grudges and trying to pay people back, or for when you do those things which are very common in the world and you say, that's just how I am. And then Paul says in Ephesians 4:24 that at the heart of the New Testament is the fact that you were created to be like God. And then verse 23, that you are being, verse 22, verse 22, that the old self, the former way of life, is being corrupted. That means my daily decision is corrupted me or created me. You got it? Now, why this blesses me so much is that it lets me know that at my core, I'm a child of God. That at my core, I'm a new creation in Christ. If you cut me open, Christ would be there. If you ripped open this frame, if you ripped...
Yes, I'm very happy just to notice that that was the speech based on this part of, I think that was giving ideas to those guys, people, having gladly different accents of people who are speaking English. But today I'm reminding guys, it is a nice pleasure we have today to deal with my guest. It is an English teacher from Oreb School. It is one of us, right? And with him we are trying to talk about this daily subject based on is Sama Lukonde, no governments suitable. It is a subject that we are talking today. You got, all of you, you got something to express, you can just send us messages, right? Then let's come back about what we are talking today, as far as we are going step by step to over. So we got 3 actors. The first, we got Bemba,
Yes.
Vital.
Of course.
Today there is even Kabulu.
Yes.
Yeah. Have seen the way today the Congolese were happy to see all actors coming back, especially say Bemba and Vital. You are sharing same ideas.
Yeah, I'm sharing the same idea in the case of Jean-Pierre Bemba and Kabulu Mwana Kabulu, because the Kabulu Mwana Kabulu is a leader, has become a leader today.
Yes.
After fighting since a long time, and is the one who honored this country in his environment, which is sports. Even in international, he's known. And a guy, we are sure that he can do something if he won't continue in the same way.
You are sure, but now has Bemba.
There is a condition. So
Yes.
Bemba can also work because after punishment someone can change, and we know that guy is strong enough, because with the situation that we are facing now,
Yes, yeah.
we need someone like him, someone who loves his country, who can fight for his country, is not
Yes.
afraid of all what could happen. With the other one,
Vital.
I can't trust on him, because what they have shown us is showing that the guy is not trustful.
Yes.
But he's a human being. Maybe he can also change after being punished too. Let's give him a luck. He can do something for Congolese people. We need all strong people to work together in order to change situations of this.
I've seen, I like too much, while commenting things. Someone says that this new government of Sama Lukonde too is the best, governments. According to just these elections, Bemba, Vital, you can see that 2 actors,
Of course.
taking fields.
Yeah, so this is what we are saying. We don't know we don't know the results are going to judge themselves.
Yes.
So for myself, it's difficult to judge them, and let's wait and see what will happen. But saying the best, we have to
But
leave
if
that,
they've changed things in few times,
we have to leave that adjective because they did not do it for a long time.
what's your problem first? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because best is given to those who deserve, like Francois Mwana Kabulu, I can say he's the best one who is there because for the first time we see someone who deserves.
What about Fabrice Puela? We got Puela today returning back.
The guy,
also.
you know, the guy has got some visions.
Yes.
The guy has a lawyer to become. He's got a vision.
Come
with
on, then you
transitional.
support. You support, know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I support because with the transitional justice is about thinking about doing things in our country, and it's very important because even the later presidents have come. The presidents have come here. We saw everybody. They accept and they encourage that idea for transitional justice. It's very important in order to overcome some situations for those.
Muyaya return back again.
victims.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy is working.
The guy is smart, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's working. He's working. You know, he's powerful because last time everyone was saying just let's leave that Lambert Mende, and the Lambert Mende became like a god. So today now we see Muyaya who is trying to do his best, and
Even we can see at East, a lot of persons are fearing about justice coming back in this new government. You know, you were saying that
yeah, we have to fight. Not they have to fight, but we have to fight
together.
of course.
So I guess that we are going step by step to over. You can just give the conclusion for today based on this show names is Sama Lukonde to Swedebo. The conclusion.
The conclusion is that, Mr. God, we suffer since a long time, and people are abroad need also to see the change. So that change is going to help every Congolese to trust on everybody.
Yes.
And when we're talking about the state, we can't always talk about the states because sometimes they start working in what we call as a physical state. So normally they have to work like moral states, and when we talk about the moral state, it means that we are concerned because the population is one of the key points of a state. We have to work. We can't always consider them like a state. We are all a state.
Yes.
And we have to work, for example, today we have problems of rules. The justice, I don't know if it functions very well because they don't set the rules very well.
They're gonna change.
Of course.
Yes.
And we wish them to change.
Make it shorter.
So to make it shorter, the youth has to trust on this new government in order to see what they are going to do, although they have just 6 or 8 months to work. And, let's
yes.
wait and see
Wait
what
and
they
see.
are going to do.
Happy, that was I'm very happy as far as all guys people spread in Matadi even out of just in the national DRC. You are watching us today. That was very nice and amazing parts dealing with this amazing subject based on Sama Lukonde, 2 new governments, Swedebo. Mr. Raiden, so you can just greet even 2 or 3 persons watching us, at home.
I greet all my family, which stays in Bandango and Kinshasa, Yemumima's family, and my sisters who are in London, mostly Nadine Twanuni and Henriette Twanuni. And I also greet the top manager. The guy is the great one who does a lot of things.
Yes.
The top manager, Happy Kalulu. We owe you much respect about all what
Okay,
he's doing.
thanks, my guest, Raiden Lutete, as I was coming back to remind those guys, this guy is an English teacher from Oreb School, the only one, a bilingual school in Matadi, even though Congo Central. It's a nice pleasure first to be together speaking about this daily subject based on Sama Lukonde new governments, Swedebo. That was a nice pleasure to speak about this daily subject. So first, I want just to come back to greet a lot of persons spread in Matadi, even out of Matadi, in the national. We are today, so a nice pleasure. I've seen Mami Priska from Belgium, so I greet you, and Bob Tama from United States, the États-Unis. Those guys, I greet my team, my chief Aimé Kalani, Presenza ou Jonathan Mwanda, Fils Poudi, again Kintaouti, this guy, you know what I'm saying? Chris Teka, I greet all guys, David Kiladi, all friends, I greet my wife, Sentish Pemba, again my daughter, Gladness Yala, those guys, my chief post. Rapi Kalulu, Mami Solange Kalulu. Let us meet next, the same time with the same teacher, Mr. God. God bless you.
I, dearest brothers and sisters, B and S, spectators, as far as English are them important, and this one is helping a great number of persons being connected with a great number of persons in the world. The one solution is English. English is the greatest, as I've said, English broadcasting method. English is helping a great number of persons knowing about more things in English. English is the one place that you can find persons debated, exchanging things related.